Hi, it's Krista with Flourish Yoga, and I am here today to share with you one of my new loves, and that's Yin Yoga, and a sequence that's all for the liver and the gallbladder. So, why would you need a liver and gallbladder series? And this one is part of a larger class that I do called Harmony. And the liver and gallbladder is the Chinese meridians that help us kind of keep everything into balance. So, if your hormone system is out of balance or irregular, if your sleep cycles are irregular, if your energy is not feeling right, this is one that helps with that. If you've got some, excess emotions coming out, especially around those hormonal times of the month, this is a great one for that. And it just helps to get the whole system balanced and flowing in order. So the oil that I would suggest to use for this is Zendocrine. So I'll talk about this one, then I'll talk about where we're gonna put it. So the Zendocrine oil is our kind of a master cleanser oil. And so really good, it comes up a lot in the different meridian systems as to being a really good oil to support just the cleansing and the detoxifying of the body. Yin Yoga is all about clearing and getting better flow through our body. So detox is a big thing in that. So the Zendocrine oil helps to kind of release emotions. It helps to kind of release control and let you feel kind of at ease and just allow your body to do what it needs to do. Okay, so it's got some great oils in that. It's got tangerine, geranium, juniper berry, lots of great oils that help us to kind of balance our systems. Okay, so this oil here, if you take a little bit in your hand and just take a couple deep breaths, just that aspect of breathing it in helps to balance the nervous system, helps to settle things down, okay? And then we're going to take a little bit extra, you're going to put it on top of your liver, so you can just roll it over that area, and then go on the top of your big toe and your fourth toe. And just over the tops of your feet is great. So the liver meridian goes from your big toe, and I'm not an expert, but this is what I've been learning, from the big toe around your ankle bone, up through the insides of your legs, through your groin, up through that liver and gallbladder area, and then it comes up through the chest, comes through the throat, goes around the mouth, and up towards the eyes. The gallbladder meridian starts at the eyes. It goes along your hairline, down through the head, comes down through the chest and into the liver, and then it does this really neat kind of zigzag pattern. So it's going from the liver area back to your low back, so kind of into the sacrum. So if you've got any tailbone issues and sacrum stuff, that could be related to this meridian pattern. And then it comes forward to the pubic bone, and then back again to your hip joint, okay? And then down along the outer edge of your leg, along the inside of this ankle bone to the top of your fourth toe, okay? So that's why we want to stimulate these areas. Good places to put this oil. And we've got a couple of poses for us that are going to help kind of stimulate the different areas. And as we stimulate the channel, it helps to balance out the system, and it helps to balance us both physically in what our organs and our systems are doing, and it also helps to balance us out emotionally. So the first pose that we're going to do is child's pose. Okay, so a wide leg child's pose. And actually, if you have some support, so if you've got a pillow, throw pillow, I like those long throw pillows from the couch, those are great, or a couple yoga blankets, those can be nice to make this super, super supportive. So up to you, you can do it without supports, that totally feels good, or if you're into like a nourishing practice, feel free to grab that. Okay, knees go out wide. We're going to hold each pose for about 3 minutes. So yin poses are long holds, and they're just meant that your body is completely at rest. It's going into your deep connective tissue, and that's how it's accessing these meridian channels. It's because it's through that connective tissue, the fascia, the ligaments, and stuff through the body. Different than your typical active yoga practice, which is going into the muscles and releasing and clearing the energy through that. So both are great, just a little bit of a difference there. Okay, I'm going to set my watch for 3 minutes, and we'll hold this pose for 3 minutes. So knees go out wide, have support in underneath the belly if you like, and then just draping your body. I like to have my arms out long, and then just resting your forehead down, or you can turn your head from one side to the other. Okay, allow your hips to be heavy and just feel that gentle stimulation. So this is going into that inner edge of the legs, the top of our feet, the inner edge of the legs, and just allowing the belly to be soft. Take a few deep breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Just noticing what you're feeling in your body, noticing where you feel some tingling, some sensations. Yin Yoga is supposed to feel, you might feel a little bit of tingling, but not any sharp pains. If there's sharp pains, then you want to bring this up a little bit. So add a bit more support in there so that you can feel comfortable to hold the pose for a longer period of time. And you might hold this pose from 1 to 2 minutes all the way up to 10 minutes. It's just a practice of patience and letting go. So just connecting to your breath, breathing in to cleanse and breathing out to release. Breathing in and breathing out. And just noticing if you're comfortable staying in this pose, if you feel like you need to get up and run away, or you feel like you need to fidget. So try to resist any urge to move unless there's a discomfort factor, and just settle in. So taking one last deep breath in, nice cleansing breath, deep breath out to release. Good. Slowly lifting yourself all the way back up again. And we're going to come into a seated twist. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, we're going to combine a couple poses here. So if you take our leg across, we're going to get into this outer edge of the leg now. And then sitting up nice and tall. Deep breath in. Actually, let's bring them both in for this so we can get a little bit deeper into this. So you can feel that right into the hip joint. So now we're coming into that gallbladder meridian. So coming right along the outer edge there. And then nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Turn and twist towards that bottom foot. Good. You can use your arm on the outside. Again, I'm going to set my watch for 3 minutes on this one. Nice deep breath in. And deep breath out as you just gently deepen that twist. So you're going to allow this hip to be heavy. Relax the shoulders down. Just gently breathing in and breathing out. And if your pose doesn't look anything like this, that's totally fine. In Yin Yoga, there's lots of variations. So you stay in that, and I'll show you a couple of different options. Right? So if this leg isn't going to come all the way in, you can still do this one seated like this. If you can't get your leg all the way across, let's go like so and do a seated twist this way. And then we're still getting some of this stimulation through there. And then we're also with our foot stimulating on that edge. Okay, so let me see if I can remember what side we were on there. Again, nice deep breath in. Feel that lengthening through the spine. Hip grows heavy and turning and twisting. Maybe just a little bit deeper. Finding that point where it feels comfortable. But I love to go to the edge of a stretch. So as you just gently breathe in and breathe out, you just feel that beginnings of a stretch. And that's where your body feels comfortable and where you'll actually get the deepest release. So you just want to feather into that stretch. So you're gently breathing in, smoothly breathing out. So twists are stimulating for all of our internal organs, the liver, gallbladder included in that. They also kind of stimulate this low back area where we have these meridians going through. And we should be getting a nice deep stimulation on this gallbladder meridian on the outside. Breathing in, feel that lengthening. Breathing out as you release, surrender, and letting go. So one of the oils in the Zendocrine blend is called cilantro. And the cilantro is our oil of release and control. So some people don't like Zendocrine because it has that cilantro in there, but it really is that essence of just allowing yourself to let go. Sometimes we don't like the oil or that scent because we're just not ready to let go or willing to let go. There's a couple other oils that I love for this meridian. We'll just play with two of them in this short series. Geranium is one of the oils that's in Zendocrine, and it's an oil of honoring our body. It's also really good for balancing our hormone systems. So super excellent choice on that one, if you happen to have that one in addition to the Zendocrine. Good, just nice deep breath in, breathing out. Good, and then coming back to center, just gently, so taking a hold of that leg and releasing it. And remember, whatever you did on the last side, you're going to do the same thing. So if you have one leg across, that's totally fine. And repeat this one on this side. Or if you have them both dialed in, and so coming into that, you just have your one knee forward, your other leg goes across, and then just kind of settle in through the hips. Okay, that might feel a little bit different. It might feel a little bit awkward. This leg might be way out here where you start to feel that stretch, and it's totally fine. There's no prizes for perfect pose. It's just prizes for tapping in and noticing how you feel, right? And not going beyond your boundaries. All right, nice deep lengthening breath. And deep breath out as you turn and twist over towards the side. You might use that arm just gently placed there. So different than Yin Yoga in that when we do this, everything is soft. We're not pushing further into the twist. We're just gently finding that edge and then just noticing where we feel this. You might feel it along this outer edge, this gallbladder on this side. You might feel it into that hip joint. You'll feel some just gentle stretching and stimulation through the internal organs. Then another one here, if you could just allow your eyes to be soft and just soften your lips. And with this liver and gallbladder, I love to use the mantra with my breath as you breathe in to cleanse and breathe out to release. Breathe in to cleanse, breathe out to release. Breathe in, cleanse, and breathe out, release. When we do our full 90-minute series of this, or 60 to 90-minute series, depending on the class, this one we call harmony, and it's bringing the system in balance. And we actually start with this, the lung and the liver and gallbladder, and then we end with it again. So it's just balancing the system before we start. We go deeper into each system, and then we come back and feel that harmonization all through the body again. Good, nice deep breath in. And deep breath out to release. And just noticing that edge. Twists are one that you may end up going a little bit deeper. The longer you're in that pose, it's just a natural reaction within the body. And that's totally okay. As long as it's not a fidgeting movement and just a simple release and letting go and surrendering. Breathe in and smoothly breathing out. Good. Last deep breath in. Go nice and long through your spine as you gently release and unwind. And then for the third pose in this series, we're going to do reclined butterfly. And if you have your balance oil, I invite you to take that. You can place a little bit on the bottoms of your feet there, a little bit on the back of your neck, and you can just kind of breathe that in And just notice what that's there. When we get to do our in-person classes, I love to come around and massage this onto everybody. I'm going to take my blankets off to the side here for this one because I have tight hips, and you'll see why in a moment. So in reclined butterfly, the bottoms of our feet come together, so you can rub a little bit of that balance that's left on your hands over the tops of your feet there, and then we're going to release down onto the ground. Okay, so if you have tight hips like I do, you may want to take a little bit of support inside each of those legs. And that just allows the muscles, instead of having to like contract and hold themselves in, allows them to release. When your arms are just alongside you, just going to lift up each shoulder, and then release your arms along there. Just take your head from side to side. We'll use this like our Shavasana pose. Take your head from side to side. And then just noticing your breath. And again, softening your eyes. You can close your eyes. Soften your lips. In and breathe out, softening the breath from the shoulders, softening the belly. Just notice that area where the liver is. Allow it to be heavy, to be weighted, to release down. Breathe in, breathe out, soften through the tailbone. Allowing the hips to open. Allowing the knees to be heavy and weighted. Just connecting with your breath, feeling a sense of balance and flow and harmony as you breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out as you release and let go. The balance oil blend is one that brings our body back into balance, into homeostasis. The element for the liver and gallbladder is wood. The balance blend is made up of trees. So feel that sense of stability, that flexibility in the winds of change, that ultimate rootedness and stability. Gently breathe in and smoothly breathe out. You may choose to stay here longer, or you can just gently roll over onto one side and bring yourself all the way back up to sitting. So this is a great practice that you can do at any time during the day, right? So it might be your morning practice if you like to ease yourself into the day, calm your system down before you get started. It might be a midday, just a little break. Wonderful to do before or after lunch or midway through the afternoon. It's also a really good series. You probably feel really super relaxed right now. Really good series to do before bed, and you'll find that you sleep a lot deeper, especially the last aspect of those oils that are going to work with you, and then that opening release and that a relaxation of the body through the Yin Yoga poses. All right, enjoy.